request to do this lovely dress, and I'm gonna try my best to complete it because I haven't done it before. And you can see here, so basically we will need the bras part and we will need the skirt part, so these two parts, and then we will connect them together, and we are going to work from the bras, and then we will do the separate piece on this part here, which is the skirt. And so the size of the dress I have written in S because this will fit my size. But if you need another size, for example ML, XL, you will need to adding the rows on the bras part, also the length of the hips part here. So for the S part, that would be 34 inches bust, 26 waist, 36 inches hips. We will need the three colors that I'm going to be using, which is the white, the lime green, and the coral peachy color. We will also need a crochet hook. I will be using the number 4, these gold needles, which is suitable for this yarn. So they are 100% cotton yarn, and these skeins of yarn, 50 grams for 115 meters, suitable for needle number 3 and 4. And we will also need a crochet, the yarn needles, the pair of cutter, a tape measure, and some stitch markers. To begin with, I will leave the ends around 6 or 7 centimeters for weave in later, and then you do the slip knot, and then chain up to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is 20 chains. So let me get the length. That would be around 4 inches to begin with. And then you will chain 3 more and do double crochets on the 4th stitch from the hook. So do double crochet until you reach the end of the row. Here's the end of the row. So as I have mentioned, this is the length of 4 inches. If you do the size M, L, XL, you will also start with 20 chains as well. And at the end of the last stitch, we will do 1 more double crochets in the same stitch, 1 chain, do 2 more of the double crochets in the same stitch. This would be the top part of the cup, like this. So at the end of the rows, you will have 2 double crochets, 1 chain in between, and 2 double crochets. And the next stitch, that would be the back loop, and just repeat the double crochets until you reach the last stitch, and make sure you have the same amount of the double crochets on this side, so the same as on this side. So last stitch, that would be, I will show you, not this one, instead it's this one where we start doing the chained. This is most of people that do this as the last stitch, so their work will never get straight. So make sure you do it on this part to get the straight bras. This part would be the bottom part of the underbreast, and here would be the top part of the bust. So I will meet you at the end of the last stitch, and here is the last stitch. Do the double crochet, yarn over once, and leave it like this with two loops on the crochet hook, and then you grab the new color. So I will change it to the lime green color, and then I position the yarn on the back like this, and I always leave the end for weaving later. And now you pull the new color through like this, and then you change 3 to begin the new row. And in the white color, I'll just cut it off So now we will do the second row. The row 1 is completed, and the second row, change 3, turn the work, and then just work from the first stitch, not this one, not the base one. So we're just gonna continue doing the double crochets all the way to the end of the, on this bra part, on this stitch. And once you reach the last stitch, where before you reach to this part here where we did chain 1 in between, so we will go for 2 double crochets, 1 change, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And the next rows you will need to repeat on this part here. So where you have chain 1, you just do 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Always do this when you reach this part, and the rest you just do the double crochets until the last stitch of this row. So that would be not this one, but then one next to it, because you have the chain 1, chain 2, and that would be the last stitch of this row. And here's the last stitch. And before you complete the whole chain, the whole stitch here, you need to chain to the new color. So that I will go for the coral. It's more like a coral or peach color. And then just do the same technique when you do the new color. Pull the yarn through like this and change 3. Turn the work and start doing the new row on the second. And on this row we will do something different. So we will do the 2 double crochets in this part here where we normally do, but this time we will change up to 5. So I did chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are expanding the length of this cup. So the next things we need to do, we do the single crochet, not on this one but the second one. So do single crochet once, twice, third time, and the fourth one. So 4 single crochets, and then the rest just do normal 2 double crochets in this stitch, and the rest just double crochets. So the difference of this row is only this part, which you will change up to 5, and then turn the do the single crochets on the next stitches. So that would be the total of 4 single crochets, and then do 2 double crochets on this part here where we did chain 1 in between, and the rest just do double crochets until you reach the last stitch, which is here, and do the new color in white. For the white and the lime green, I will do normal on this part, so which gonna be the top part here. So after I complete this row, and I will show you, I will connect the white color, change back to the white, and then I will do double crochets until I reach this part, and then I will show you. So once you get to this part, we're just gonna continue doing the double crochets in the next stitches until we reach the top part of this single crochet where we did 4 single crochets. So I now have 1, 2, 3. So you can see here at the last, this is the 2 double crochet from the previous row, and now until here. So after that I will have 1, 2, 3, and that would be my 4th double crochets on top of each of these single crochets. And on the last stitch here you do 1 more double crochets, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. So this would be the top of this cup, exactly the same as on this middle part of the cup here, and the rest you will just do the double crochets. So keep repeating this until you reach the last stitch. So I have 1, 2, 3, that would be 4 double crochet on top of the back loop of the single crochet stitches, and the rest just do the double crochets. Keep repeating this until you reach the last stitch, which is here, and then reconnecting and then change the new color back to the lime green color, and then do the same as on this part. No need to chain, no need to do this one. The extra 5 chains I will do only on this peach color, on the coral color. Here is the piece that I have done. So what I did was starting from 20 chains and then just do what I have shown you and keep changing the color. On the peach color I did extra chains, 5 chains, and the other rows like white, green, you just repeat the stitches. There is nothing changed on the white and the lime green rows. So you can see here what's the difference is only the peach color, which after you done 2 double crochets here and you just chain 5 and then do single crochet 4 of them, and the rest just normal double crochets, and then chain 2 white, lime green, just repeat, and then on the last row, because I have decided to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Row 9 is in the peach color, so there is no more change because this one is the last row and I already have the length. The length of this part here is 10 inches. So when you measure when you fold the cup like this, you measure from this part to the top part here, that would be around 10 inches, and the middle part here on this underbreadth, so that would be 8.5 inches. I'm doing another cup. So now I'm at the row, the 4th one, which is the white on here on this part. I will continue doing all the other rows as I have mentioned, so don't forget to add 5 chains on the coral color and the rest just normal, and then I will get back to you to complete the edging. I've done 9 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last row is in pink, in peach, or the coral color, and you don't need to add any chains in between these stitches. Now we need to do the edging, so I will use the lime green, just reconnecting the yarn on the 3rd chain where you did chain 3. I'm reconnecting the lime green color, tied it, and so remember this is the front or the right side of the cup, and then chain 3, do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, and skip 2 stitches, go to the 3rd one, slip stitch like this, chain 3, and 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, skip 2, go to the 3rd one, slip stitch, and just repeat. So double crochets 2 of them in the same stitch, skip 2, slip stitch on the 3rd one. So keep doing this until you reach the middle part here, and then we will do the straps. So you're done on the side here. Once you get to this top part of the cup, you will need to chain 3. So we are starting the straps on this part here. I will go for 2 more double crochets in the same stitch, like this, and chain 3, turn the work, and do the double crochets next to this stitch, and the last stitch also do the double crochets. So that row 2 completed, and the rest you will have to repeat row 2 by chain 3, turn the work on the stitch next to the first one, do double crochets, the last stitch. It's quite difficult, but you need to put the needles through and then just do the double crochets. The rest of the straps you just repeat. So do this for the length of 20 to 21 inches. So I have done one side like this. After you've done the side here, and you just continue doing the straps. And this part here you will have to reconnecting the yarn and then chain 3. Do 2 double crochets in the same stitch from the middle part here, and then skip 2 stitches, go to the third one, slip stitch, and then just repeat. This is the edging on the other side. So I will complete my 2 brass cups are done, and I have within all the ends. So I will leave these 2 brass here on the side, and we will start making the skirt. At the end we can connect them together. By starting from the skirt, you can see the design here. This part we've just done. So the breadth here, the measurements, it will be around 17 inches. If you need another size, you will have to add more rows. For size small, I have done 9 rows plus the edging, that would be 10 rows. You will have to just measure the under breadth part. Move on to the skirt, and this part here I will start from the bottom upwards. So the measurement of this part, I'm size small, and I will make the small skirt. So that would be the hip size, it's 36, and I will change up to I will do maybe 37 inches because I don't want the skirt to be too tight. But if you want it tight, you can go for this size. I will use the coral color to start with. The sun's quite strong now. I'll always leave the end for sewing later. Do the slip knot and then just change. So by doing the base change here, I will do it quite loose, so not too tight. Don't change it too tight, otherwise the skirt will be a bit tight at the bottom part here. So I will keep changing. I've done the chains for the length of 37 inches, so that fits my hips and it's not too tight. Now we need to reconnect or do the slip stitch on the other side with the other side. So make sure you do this line straight. So here is the last change, and then I will do the slip stitch on the first chain, which is here. So slip stitch and then chain 3. On the next stitch I will continue doing the double crochets for the rest of the row until you meet this part here on this stitch, and here is the last stitch. On the next row I will use the same color. So for the skirt I will use 2 rows of each color. After the coral color I will use the white and then the green. Each color I will use 2 rows. Make sure the works here is straight, otherwise you will have the twist work. By doing the slip stitch. So slip stitch, this is the third change, and slip stitch. And the second row I'll just go for chain 3 and the stitch next to it, just keep doing the double crochets. For the rest of the row I'm at the end of row 4, so I need to do the slip stitch on the third change from where we started the row and put the new color. So now I'm using the lime green color, just do exactly the same as the techniques that I have shown you earlier, how to connecting the new color. Just put the new color through like this and change 3, do the double crochet for the rest of the row. So exactly the same as on this row and this row. Keep continue doing this until you get to the last stitch here, and then slip stitch on the third change 3 rows, and the rest of the row just repeat. And keep doing this for the length of 16 inches. So make sure you keep swapping between the 3 colors. I've chosen the peach or the coral color, white and the lime green, but if you need to use the other color, this is absolutely fine. And here is the 16 inches skirt when you measure from the top part down to this bottom part of the skirt. So you can see here there is the line where I connecting the yarn of each colors. So if you want this line to be straight, you will have to turn the work once you reach the first stitch where you did change 3. So you just slip on the third change and then turn the work. But because I haven't turned the work, so that's why I end up having this line isn't straight, but that is okay. Now we need to decide whether we want this line to be on the back of the skirt or we want to position this onto the side. For me, I think I will go on the side. So here where I started, I put the stitch markers on. This is the first row. I will need this part to be at the bottom of the skirts like this. This is how I want my front to be. And then you will have to put the stitch markers on the side. And for this part to get this middle part of the skirt, because I need to put the 2 bras on this part here. So putting our bras like this, you will need to, this is the front, the right side, the wrong side would be inside. And by connecting the bras into this skirt, so you can see, you will need to put the right side to the right side together. My right side, this is the wrong side. The right side of the bra would be on this side, so I will put the right side to the right side, and then we will need to use the stitch markers on this part here. So I will use the middle part of the skirt, so I will put this first stitch onto the first. So you know what I mean, that is the end of the bras, and that is the middle part where we fold the skirt into half. And on this side of the bras, I will go to maybe half an inch from the side of the skirt. So do exactly the same as on the other side. On this part here, we will need to use the stitch markers, put it in the same part, the middle part, and the side. So the side will be the same, just leave it for half an inch on this part and on this part. The rest we need to reconnecting the yarn. I will use the lime green color. What it looks like. For this part of the skirt, if you want it longer than 16 inches, when you measure from the under the breast down to the above the knee, you can also add it. So first of all, I need to finish this part, and then I will try this on to see how long the skirt is. If it's too short, I will add more rows. Now the dress is got connected with the bra part here, so I need to do the little strings with the tassels on this part of the back here. So you can see the width of this part here, it fits your hips, but once you get this on, this part here will look a little bit loose. So what we need to do on this part is just, I will use the lime green color, and I need to reconnect the yarn from this is the base of the bras. On both sides of the strings for the back part of the dress. Now I need to do the tassels. So after you done the chains, just leave the ends like this for around 6 centimeters. And grab the cardboard like this. I will get the card and then just wrap this around like this a few times and cut it off. Slide this out and just insert the end of these strings through. Tie it. And pull it tight. I'll do it twice. And get one more of the yarn, a little bit of the yarn like this, and wrap it around on the top part of the tassels. Wrap it around a few times and tie it, pull it tight. Do it twice. And then you just trim the end. You can use the scissors, but this is what I have, so I'm just gonna trim the end to make it look even. So one tassel's done. I would do one more side on the other strings, and then we can use this to tie it on the back. So when you wear the dress, and just you can adjust this part here to fit your size. Almost done, guys. So there is only the bottom part that I need to be finishing by get the yarn. I will go for the lime green. So on this bottom part of the skirt, we're just gonna do a simple finish. I'm gonna do the finish edging here. I will start from where we did start the skirt. Reconnecting the yarn, I'm using the lime green color and just chain 3. And then I'll do one more double crochet in the same stitch. And just see one, actually I want to do it exactly the same as on this edge. So I would do one more double crochet in the same stitch. And you skip 2 chains. I skip 1, 2, go to the third one with the slip stitch, and then chain 3. Do 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. Skip 2 stitches, and then go to the third one. So the rest just keep repeating by chain 3 first. Do 2 double crochets in the same stitch, skip 2 stitches, and then slip stitch, and then repeat. Keep doing this until you reach the end. Cut off the yarn and weave all the ends in, and then we'll get back to see what the dress looks like. You can try it on. If you need the skirt to be longer, just add a few more rows. But for me, for this length, I want it to be like a mini skirt, so that should be the right length. And if you want a bigger size, for example size ML, you just add more chains up from the beginning. Also on this part here, the brass here, you just do more rows on the side before do the edging. Alright guys, so the dress is now completed. You will have the string with the tassels on the backs to pull it tight if the back part is a bit loose. And here's the edging of the skirt at the bottom part of the dress, and exactly the same as on this part here with the straps. And the colors, you can actually choose any color, but this is I have requested from one of the fans, and I might just give this a try for her, also for you guys. So thanks for watching, and if you have any comments, just leave it down in the comment section below. Any questions, just feel free to ask me. And I really hope you like the tutorial. So it's been fun creating something new, and it's the time for the summers coming up, so you can wear this dress on the vacation, on the hot days. And here is the back side. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, as we have many more designs to come. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.